Hello and welcome to this new video. In the previous video, we prepared our UI so that the player can select a map to play. Today we will continue our work to allow the host to start the match and send the players from the lobby to the selected map. To begin, we must pass the name of the selected map to the game mode, therefore via the Start Match Interface function, which we have already created. So go to the game mode interface, then add an input to this function, representing the name of the map to play. Now go back into the widget and connect the selected map variable to the function parameter. As a reminder, in the game mode we have already implemented the function, and we have also implemented a function which is used to specify to the host if he can start the match according to the readiness of the players. We have defined the names of the maps that the host can play, but we have not yet created the levels corresponding to each map name. For this, we must create them before proceeding to the implementation of the start match. In the game folder, create a new folder corresponding to the first level, so in my case I name it World 1. Then open it and add a new level. Make sure to give the same name to the level according to the map name you added in the enum. Once created, open it in the editor, then go to Landscape to add a landscape to it. In this tutorial, I'm not doing level design, so I'm going to add a small landscape. Once created, go back to selection mode, and add the elements that I will add to make it visible. For me, this is enough for the needs of the tutorial. To differentiate the playable maps, I want to change the color of the landscape by changing the landscape material. I will create a folder for World 2. To not repeat the process of World 1, I will simply duplicate the level World 1, then change its name and its landscape material. I want to do the same for World 3. I forgot to add player starts to each level. I want to do it. The player start now is necessary because once the match is started, we must spawn characters that the player can control. I will change the game mode of each level to use the default game mode of the template, so the third-person character game mode and pawn. In your game, you must use your game mode that you want the players to play. It should be noted that the lobby game mode differs from the game mode of the game. The lobby game mode has a pawn which is not a character, it is a camera, while the level to play must have a game mode where the default pawn is a character. I run a test in the editor to check that everything works well. Now go back to your game mode. We can start implementing the start match logic. I want to display a message for the host in case he can't start the match, so the players are not all ready. If the host can start the match, then he must make a travel to the level he has selected. But he must take with him the lobby clients to play together. To do this, Easy OSS Plugin offers you the node Do Server Travel. Be careful, you must know the difference between client travel and server travel. Client travel is used for a client to connect to a URL, such as a map or server, while server travel consists of making the travel from a server, therefore the host, to a URL or a map. This node takes as parameters the connect info, which is in our case the selected map to play. Absolute, whether we are using relative or absolute travel. And should skip notify, designates if the server must skip notify the clients of this travel or not. We will launch a test to see what happens when the host starts the match. Create a session on player 1 and join it from player 2 and 3. If the host clicks on Start Match, then the error message is displayed because the players are not ready. Now the host can start the match. And there you go, the match didn't start as expected. There was only the server in the match. This is normal, because the host did a server travel, which requires a game mode configuration to use seamless travel. So, with server travel, you still need to configure your game mode to use seamless travel if you want that the server travels as clients also. If you use a seamless travel, and you check absolute, the travel will be absolute. It works, but I recommend not checking it when using a seamless travel. For now I check it. I want to disconnect the event on destroyed, because I don't want to kick players and destroy the session when the host starts the match. It was just to show you its usefulness. Now in the game mode class defaults, search for the word seamless. Then check the Use Seamless Travel box. When we want to use a seamless travel, we must create a transition level. The reason the transition map exists is that there must always be a world loaded, which holds the map, so we can't free the old map before loading the new one. Since maps can be very large, it would be a bad idea to have the old and new map in memory at the same time, so this is where the transition map comes in. Once the transition map is created, go to Project Settings, then to Maps and Mode, and assign to the transition map input the transition level that we just created. Run a test now. Again, create a session on player 1 and join it from player 2 and 3. Once done, set all players ready. Then click Start Match. And there you have it, the match has started as expected. We may have to add several player starts to see the characters well. Anyway, what interests us is the behavior of the backend. From there, it's up to you to code your own game mode according to your game. You can always manage the session from the game mode of the map. You already have a reference of the session in the game instance, and you have the game mode and the player controller of the lobby which show you how to manage the session once you are in the match. Anyway, I will show you an example in next videos of how to keep track of session and manage it from gameplay in World 1. I invite you to uncheck the absolute box, then run a test to see the difference. That's all for this video. See you in the next one.